How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Aftercast, the late night Transformers show. This is episode 57. I'm your host, James, otherwise known as Victory Saber 77. And we got some topics we're going to go over in the Transformers world, and we're going to dive into some movie topics and some other stuff. Bless you. And we'll do some introductions first. Dakota, Golden Boy, start.
All right, dude. Nothing has changed. Still number one. I'm Primal Sabbath. You guys saw me on the Aftercast, I'm sure, like 2 minutes ago. And yeah, that's the stuff you can find me at. It's Primal Sabbath.
On the Aftercast 2 minutes ago?
I mean, Cybercast?
I said the Cybercast.
Okay. So I have to wait for this to go in video form.
Yeah. Definitely gonna let you know about you being wrong.
So we got Big D, we got Little D.
I'm Dalton. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DaltoniansTFs. And this Monday we'll be doing Cartoon Mondays over Darkwing Duck.
Awesome.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
get dangerous.
Sweet.
You're not gonna do it on Tuesday?
No. It's
So not
Cartoon
tomorrow
Mondays.
on Sunday. Monday. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Josh?
You can find me, G1 Hextron, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook page is the G1 Hextron.
Sweet. And you can find me Twitter and YouTube, Victory Saber 77. We do have some other shows. We have the Cybercast that airs every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on G1 Hextron's channel. The latest episode is in video form, so after you watch this, go over there and check that out. And we also have the eBay show, which airs once a month on Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on G1 Hextron's channel. Did we find out if we're doing one this Thursday or?
I guess we'll just let them know about it on Wednesday. We'll say
right.
whether we are or not. We'll put it on Twitter and Facebook. So
I didn't check the comments, but let us know if you guys want it this coming Thursday or the next Thursday or whatever.
you never want it again.
I never want to get. Stop doing that. I'm the seller that you make fun of all the time.
That's my G1 Windblade that I'm trying to sell for $30.
But we do have some other things. If you have a question or topic, just label it as question before you type it in. I have chat enabled. I don't know why Google is screwing with me. So you're just going to have to put it in the comment, unfortunately. But we are still looking for a female co-host. So if you know of someone or you want to be on the Cybercast, email Josh at g1hexatron@gmail.com. And we're going to put you through a rigorous interviewing process, knowing we want to know everything about you. Not really, but we would like for you to, know a little bit about Transformers, the geeky, nerdy stuff, movies, comics, pop culture, stuff like that. So we also have the Collector Spotlight. We just looked at Chris Burns on the Cybercast, and if you guys want your collection spotlighted on the Cybercast, just email Josh again at g1hexatron@gmail.com. 10 to 20 pictures would work, unless you have just a huge collection, then I guess we could go 23. But just email those pictures to Josh. No collection's too big, too small, or right in that in-between, whatever you want to classify it. But we are, you'll probably be a little bit, maybe 2 weeks out right now, but if you want, just submit those pictures to him. And there's some trailers being are being streamed on G1 Hextron's Facebook page. It's the G1 Hextron at facebook.com. You can see the new Ant-Man trailer. We got the Batman, Superman, Terminator, Genesis, Avengers trailer that features War Machine, Justice League, Gods and Monsters, and the new Star Wars teaser trailer. So go check that out. And that is it. So now we will move into hauls. Dakota is muted.
That means I get to go first?
Sure. Do you have anything?
Yeah. I bought it. I think I got it earlier this week.
Bought it.
Masterpiece Star Saber, and that's the first thing I think Transformers-wise I've bought all year.
Well,
Yeah.
Star Saber 2. Good purchase.
Oh yeah, loving it.
It is great to hear.
Dalton,
Nothing this week. Getting the Combiner Wars Deluxes for Wave 2 kind of broke me. So
Sorry.
They get groceries, nothing.
No.
not really.
Cold.
So,
Get gas for your car.
paid my phone bill.
There you go. Josh?
I got the remaining Stunnicons for Combiner Wars. I ended up finally getting Masterpiece Sound Blaster and Rat Bat. And I got a new DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series Batman.
Awesome.
So I've gone through. How many Wave 1 figures have I had? Let's see, there's only supposed to be 4. I think I've had like 7 or 8. So,
You're a true collector. Just,
be sad.
I don't care about the QC issue. Just keep giving it to me. But for
This
me,
one will be better. I know it.
I got the Fans Project DIA Commander set with the blue Optimus Prime, Classics Optimus Prime, the cold, whatever it is. And been buying some IDW Transformer books. So I bought the 2 omnibus books that came out. The one that has the infiltration kind of story arc,
Nice.
those 3, and then they came out with the Spotlight. So I bought that too. And because of the Spotlight, I'm probably going to go after Mastermind Creations, Dark Azalea. Because
Dude,
that RC Spotlight is really sweet.
they also, yeah, it really is, and the phase, what is it? What are they calling it? It's not phase 2 or whatever. It's like the second with like RID
Oh.
and More Than Meets the Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
saw they
saw.
came out with phase 2. Thinking about picking up 1 and 2 of that pretty soon.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. But yeah, I love those. They're cheap, but I love all that stuff. I mean, like even the thing with who was it? Ramjet wanting to plot against Megatron. I thought that was really cool. And how
Mhm.
Skywarp's kind of flying with him, like, you're nuts, man. You're going to go against Megatron? No, I have a plan. And his little mini Constructicons and all that type of stuff. I love that. But all right, let's move into some topics. We had a topic last week, or a question, or a statement. Beast Wars, since Dakota's here for a little bit. We'll go and address it. I think the statement was Beast Wars medals was probably the top. Love the story from beginning to end, and even the figures were really good. And I mean, medals, trans medals, season 2 essentially of Beast
Right.
Wars. What do you guys think about that?
If I'm not mistaken, as far as like the toys and stuff go, that's whenever they started the Mainframe started working a little closer with Hasbro on getting everything kind of down packed. And since they knew they had just this kind of great thing already going, they obviously wanted to further elaborate on stuff like the Great War and this and that and the other. And at the time, the online fandom and all of its like 15 people were literally online, like they were talking to the story creators about okay, well, this is what happened in the original cartoon, blah blah blah. So they were able to kind of go back and do that, and that's why I think that season 2 had just some of the greatest storytelling, and ultimately season 3, in my opinion, had the best of that storytelling, because that's when everything kind of came full circle. And I think season 3 would also be kind of considered the whole medals season.
Yeah.
Just because of that, they were still doing the transmetal thing. So there was that. But overall, I mean, that was definitely, season 1 was good for what it was. But yeah, season 2 and 3, that's whenever everything just really got great.
Yeah, I think it was cut short a little bit, or in some ways kind of rushed.
Right.
Towards
I
the
think-
end of season 3.
Oh, for sure. Goodness, season 3 only had like what half the episode season 2 had,
Yeah.
which ultimately, season 2 had like half the episode season 1 had, anyways. But I think it's because they were wanting to work towards the whole Beast Machines thing, which some people think turned out great, some people think turned out terrible.
It's an acquired taste.
It really is.
But what about the rest of you guys? Josh, I know you have something to say about this. Come on.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So.
Dalton.
For me, yeah, season 2 and 3 were definitely a lot better than season 1, and a lot of great toys come out of it. I don't have a lot of those toys, but seeing a lot of them, I actually own a couple of the molds. Really good figures too.
Yeah,
I mean, they were a lot more cartoon accurate compared to season 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like what Dakota said, they really wanted to match it up. But the only thing that I would have a gripe about with the season 2 toys or the Transmetal toys is the flaking. You're looking at like Rat Trap, and especially Rat Trap.
Oh yeah.
It's just like really spot on. I mean, even to that third alt mode, I love that. You know, who doesn't want to have Dinobot, sitting on top of Rat Trap with a huge gun, But it's just that flaking though. It's like you don't want to even touch it anymore.
I heard the 10th anniversary is the version to really like look for and get because it fixed that flakiness issue.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's when I started watching Beast Wars, was right at that Transmetal. I mean, the first story arc was great. Hello. Getting into those spandex pants? What the heck? But the first story arc in season 2 was great. The whole Western theme, the introduction of Silverbolt, Optimus Primal coming back with his new look and all that. Sold it for me. I went out and tried to find all the toys. But, definitely, Beast Wars 2nd, Beast Wars Neo 2 are really good, especially if you like shell formers. Beast Wars Neo is right up there, and if you like repaints, Beast Wars 2nd is right up there also.
Oh yeah.
So,
you just get the best of like both worlds with the Japanese Beast Wars stuff.
All right. I think Dalton had some type of kind of question or topic that relates to this, and we're gonna kind of go into it. Favorite redecos. So for example, let's say Blue Streak and for the Masterpiece, and it can be any line from any series, but we're getting that Blue Streak. So that's an awesome redeco. One that we've been waiting, and it's an opportunity, that's not going to be wasted by Takara in the Masterpiece line. Any other really favorite redecos? Maybe a slight retooling, maybe.
I have one in mind, and it's really hard to choose over which one, but the the Jungle Planet Optimus Prime or the 10th anniversary Optimus Primal, United Optimus Primal, whatever, into Ape Link. Just because, I love the character so much, but also as Primal Prime, I think it just worked really well for both, and that's probably my favorite redeco. It's just simple recolored plastics, no special molding or anything like that done to it, so it works.
And sometimes the decos are actually better than the originals in some cases. But how about the rest of you guys?
Well, as far as Masterpiece, definitely happy with getting finally a Blue Streak, because it's something that I just don't have the funds to actually track down and get an original G1. So to get be able to get one for about $80 or whatever it is nice. Plus you get all that articulation. Plus obviously Masterpiece collector. I'm gonna feel the same way about Black Tracks. That's something that it's very limited on how many that are out there, and that's something that you're talking about spending thousands of dollars on. Like I forget, almost close to 10,000.
I think there was one in the BotCon 2012 dealer room that someone ended up picking up. I remember seeing an article on it way back.
That was a fake.
Oh, wow.
That was a fake because I remember reading about that. TF Source had a thing on it, and they were like, I think the guy paid like I forget what it was, like 8,000 or something like that for it,
Jeez.
and he ended up like getting home and everything, and then uh, finding out through like I think it's Moz from that writes for the blog for TF Source is because he was like, look, I've seen this thing before and that is a fake. It's a really really good one, but it's someone that made it to look like it was a black Trax and sold it like that, and it's not the case. Like the turquoise in the face was like kind of the wrong shade and stuff like that, and there was a few other issues that would be hard to customize, or unless that you actually had the figure, you probably wouldn't know about it. So they were able to tell them, and eventually they were able to get their money back from that dealer. And
Wow.
obviously that dealer got banned, but yeah, that happened. So I mean, it's one of those things that if you do see it in the dealer room, and they're asking eight, nine, $10,000 for it, and it's you're one of those like Grail collectors or very rare collectors that that there's other collectors like you that are going to these Transformer conventions that you might not spend as much time on kind of doing your homework on it as you would if it was just like I went over to James' house and he was like, hey, do you want to buy this, to where I can sit there and look at it and stuff like that, and I trust him, and there you know that there's someone right behind you ready to buy it, so that's what would basically happen.
That would suck. To spend that much money, then to have someone tell you it's a fake. Oh,
I'm
man.
just glad he got his money back. In all seriousness, like trying to put myself in those shoes. Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's nice to get a masterpiece like that.
Definitely. For me, real quick, I got a couple, and they're BotCon. I love my '07 Alpha Trion. I think that mold worked really well for that figure, and I also love the '05 Death Source. Since we haven't got a Death Source, and I really like the RID or Car Robots Megatron or Giga, Tron, whatever they call them over there and all that. But there's tons of redecos, retools. I mean, you could look at Exhaust. That's pretty nice. That we got Metro Titan. It's just nice to get a Decepticon city besides having Tripticon, and it's kind of cool to have the polar opposite of Metroplex. And I'll mention this one really quick. Great Shot. I mean, that's the 6-shot body, just retooled head and chest plus retooled animal head. There you go.
Yeah.
And I mean, the easy ones are the Seekers. Even though like you got your first 3 Seekers, your cone heads are a little bit different. There's some remolding, but they were such a big part of the original G1 cartoon and their characters were developed well. Not anyone as good as Starscream, but Thundercracker, you could definitely tell his personality, opposed to Skywarp's. And you could tell Thrust and Dirge apart from each other as far as just the way their personalities were. So as far as just repaints and retools, Transformers did a really good job with those. Your Frenzy, Rumble, those guys. Yeah, so I mean, to me, Rumble will always be purple or blue. Maybe I'm a little colorblind. I think it looks purple, but I'm gonna go with what we saw in animation. Just like what the Masterpiece line does, if they got to go toy route or animation route, they're going animation accuracy. So
yeah. Dalton.
For me, one's also going to be a BotCon figure, and that's going to be the Hunter or pre-Shocker Act from 2014. And one that kind of fits in with the Chug line would be Stepper. I really dig the look of that figure.
The Shattered Glass Stepper? Or just a Stepper?
Just Stepper.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
And as far as, mass retail goes, probably the Black Shadow that we got in the Chug line. That one was really good.
Yeah, definitely. I'd even go reveal the shield Cyclonus, just because they made him a lot better as far as this to look. Um, even Legends RC, Killer Punch from Neo. But we have comments.
Yeah, you got a few here. So Kenny McKinnon joins us. Season 2 and 3 were both 13 episodes, best Transformers show ever. He also says Transmetal 1 were arguably the best Transformer line front to back. And what's Josh got against Beast Wars? Is that one haven't been featured for Collection Spotlight? Just kidding. No, the other guy sent his thing to me, I believe, first. So no, I think yours is for next week. But no, I just don't know that much about Beast Wars. Like after G1, I quit watching. That was my middle brother's thing. Then the third youngest brother was he wasn't as much into Transformers as me and my middle brother. Because usually your closest younger sibling looks up, the most to you. And then he kind of moved on to something else after Beast Wars, and my youngest, he kind of got into Unicron stuff. But I didn't start getting back into Transformers. It's just been strictly G1 until, I don't know, about, was it, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago or something like that. So, but yeah, I just don't know much about Beast Wars, and I don't really, when my brother had them, I didn't care much for them, so. And then Godbot says it was nice seeing Kirk, Spock, and McCoy on the Cybercast.
Cool.
That's hilarious.
Kirk Spock. Ooh, okay. Curious to see which one
I'm totally McCoy. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Right. I'm probably McCoy. You probably are Kirk. I don't know. That's kind of cool, though. I never thought of us as that, but before.
I'm more, I like Star Trek, but I'm more of a Star Wars guy,
So are you Luke or Han?
I mean, I guess Luke's kind of like the main thing, but Han Solo is so freaking cool, man. So I think the only thing, like, if he was a Jedi, then it'd be like, dude, Han Solo is like one of the coolest characters ever. It's just he's just missing being a Jedi. But I think, yeah, Harrison Ford. I don't know if you want to talk about the.
Yeah,
Star
we can
Wars
go into that.
too.
We can go into that.
Did you want to go into that now, or?
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
To have them, it's kind of a nice passing of the torch, and I want to kind of see how the story plays out. But Harrison Ford is one of the best actors that we've ever had, and his personality, I mean, even whenever it's like he's not trying to be funny, he can be funny. Like whenever you see him on, was it Cloud City, whenever, like, he's like charging after the stormtroopers and they're kind of running away, and he's yelling as he runs down the hall, and then he sees like there's like 30 of them, and he's like, oh crap, and like takes off running. Like he's such a great character, man, and he's such a good actor. It's funny.
Yeah, I
What
agree
up,
with
Trent?
that. Nope. Prince is here. Cool.
I think Chewie is where the money is. What's up, Trent?
Hey, how's it going?
I think R2.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Not much.
Oh, did you guys see the Star Wars panel to where they had like an R2 out there, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Hey, we're bringing in like another guy, and it's what is his name? R88, the little ball."
RB8.
RB8. Okay, I thought it was R88. Anyways, he rolls out there, and then these little dudes, they start like chirping at each other and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, is this like a little bit of a rivalry?" And like he's like circling around R2, and whenever R2 he gets like upset, he does that like kind of farting noise, and, he was getting all upset. So
And just the fact that that's a real piece of a special effect, not like
Yeah,
CGI
not
or
CGI.
anything. Yeah. I wonder how they did that though. I mean, 'cause you can't tell where the top connects at.
So it
It's
wasn't
probably
Kenneth
one of
Baker.
those magnet things
Magnet?
that they have, or something
Okay.
like that, to where wherever the ball's rolling, like it'll always stay on top.
Like a
It's got to
gyro.
be something like that, yeah. Um, Now, it's like they said on there, they were like, because they use this new company that they created the technology to make that RB8 little droid there. And someone mentioned they were like, man, if they ever learn, if they can figure out a way to make these things like come out where they're like controlled, like these things are going to be selling like crazy. Can you imagine something like that
Yep.
coming around
Mhm.
Christmas to where you can buy, it's over there in the RC car section where you could buy like kind of the life size or the scale that it's supposed to be, or maybe even a smaller one that you can control on your own? Dude, that'd be awesome. Or that you can just
That
turn
will
it on and it
sell.
can make
That will
noises
sell.
and just kind of roll around on its own. And because it's a ball, it's kind of like one of those hovervacks that bumps into something, it can move somewhere else.
Oh, R2 as a hoverback. That'd be awesome.
Dude.
I'd be all over that.
Every time he bumps into something, he gets a little frustrated.
And then if he has that little taser, stun gun thing that he pulls out, gets pissed off. Or like he has to clean up after my cats. He just nails my cats. It's like, bad kitty.
Yeah.
And whenever it's full of dirt or whatever, it just does a little scream.
It's like, tell me how the hyperdrive's doing there, R2.
It just starts tasing everybody to like let it know, let you know. It's full of dust and dirt. Like you have guests in your house and your R2 just rolls up and just tases them.
There you go. Oh man, the possibilities there. Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be
I think
awesome.
that's what everybody wants, though. They want some kind of R2 thing, but that RB8, because
know.
it's new. I can see them making like kind of a remote control one that kids could play with or whatever. It'd be expensive still, but I think it'd sell really well.
I'd pay top dollar for a smart 1/1 scale R2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Or
guys,
even-
I'm gonna have to cut out a little early.
all right.
It's fun being on. Thanks for having me on the Aftercast and the Cybercast earlier. I'll try to leave my weekend spot open next weekend for the
Cool.
Aftercast for the full shindig. But
Cool.
anyways, it was good seeing everyone again. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, definitely.
See ya. Have a good one.
On the R2, like if it was like a 1/1 scale kind of smart one, mine I'd pay the extra to get the limited edition one to where it has the beverage tray. That way I can
I knew you were going to say something like,
Yeah.
that way I don't have to get up for beer anymore. I can just be like R2. There you go. Now go grab me another cold one.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, too bad I'm not an engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool to figure that out. Let's see. This is kind of piggybacking off of one of the Cybercast topics, going back to Transformers now. We talked about the $20 price point for deluxe figures at Toys R Us, and I want to get Dalton and Trent's thoughts on that. But on top of that, what are your thoughts on the new size scale? As far, RID has that Warrior class, kind of smaller. The Combiner Wars figures are potentially they're smaller in a way, a little bit. But what do you guys think about that? So, take it away, Dalton.
as far as the size scale goes, I don't see too much wrong with it besides the Voyagers. I mean, the Voyagers seem a little bit small compared to what they used to be. Deluxes, they seem pretty much the same size they've been going for the past 4 or 5 years. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see them being much smaller now than they were then.
Yeah, I guess the previous generation's line were a little bit smaller than what we're getting with the Combiner stuff. But yeah,
Yeah. I will say this. I think some of those combiner deluxes are a little bit bigger than some of the prime deluxes.
Yeah.
So and then let's see. I think I took Dead in and I stood in next size Jazz, and I'm like, okay, he may be about a hair smaller, but at least I just hope they don't go any smaller.
yeah.
But yeah, I do. A part of me does wishes that the Voyagers were a little bit bigger, but I think it's fine like it is.
Cool. How about the price point?
Yeah, I think Toys R Us is just doing it because they can. And then like other ways will leave the stores and you won't see them for a while, and then you go to Toys R Us, they're there. So I guess they figure, they're like the last game in town. Because I remember
That's
I looked for months for like a Beast Hunter Soundwave, never could find one. And I've been saying I'm not going to Toys R Us because I figured they would have it. I had to go in. Well, no, I didn't. I went into Toys R Us, and lo and behold, they had it. And I caved in, got it. Hated myself for doing it, but loved the figure. But it's just the point. It's
Yeah.
the point. It was like 27 something at the time, and I'm like, wow.
27 for the
What?
for the Beast Hunter Soundwave?
That's a deluxe
No,
figure.
no. Shockwave.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Shockwave. I'm like,
Shockwave.
oh.
The Voyager.
Like,
No.
it's
I'm
laid
like,
off there.
damn. You should hate
I get
yourself.
Yeah. I get their names mixed up sometimes, but I meant Beast Hunter Shockwave.
Okay.
At least you're not calling Soundwave sound tape.
Cassette man.
But yeah, as far as the price point, I haven't seen it going anywhere near $20 at the Toys R Us that I've been to in the past
Really?
few months. They've still been at that $16.99 price point. So
Yeah, mine are at 20 bucks now, fortunately. And yeah, it sucks. I mean, as long as they don't go as high as like Hastings, where they're selling their deluxes for like what, 34 bucks.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
'cause they
kidding
got, like,
me?
No.
yeah, they got Orion packs for like $35. I'm like, Jesus,
What
man.
the
what was it,
heck?
like 4 months ago? 5 months ago? Something like that?
Yeah, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they still have like old figures like Prime or even like Dark of the Moon figures that they're still trying to get like $20-something for like deluxe figures. I'm like, you know why like y'all are some of the only people that have it, because everyone else put this crap on clearance because it wasn't selling anymore and it's old.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my Walmart needs to do.
Yeah, definitely.
We still only got Skydive and Drag Strip at my Walmart.
The thing is, whenever
they
you
started showing up in stores now.
after all these like movie figures come out, they linger for a long time, like at least a couple years. They
See, we
linger.
don't have any of the movie figures left.
What?
Oh, I still do.
It's
Man,
like four
Crapload.
waves ago of
Yeah.
generation stuff. I mean, Armada Starscream, Minicons, Tankor.
Yeah, I still got those. But I still have like Galvatron, Slog, Drift. I've seen lots of Drift and Lockdown.
Yeah.
Haven't seen those for a while.
Target still has about 20 of those whatever 6-pack one steps that they're trying to sell that was their exclusive. I remember during the holidays that they had an entire like half an aisle. I think they had like 200 something of them, and they didn't sell them. They eventually just like shipped them out to somewhere to where now they only have like 20. Still, not a single one is sold, and they still haven't come down off the price because I guess they're very proud that that was their exclusive.
Gosh. No, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's weird. That's one thing too. Sometimes I'll be looking at Toys R Us or wherever. Like, okay, this is an old figure, and obviously you can't go up to the front because they could care less. It's like, dude, look at the dust, the layer on the dust. This thing has to have been sitting here, unless you had a dust storm that came roaring through your store, for at least a couple of months now, or whatever. And even the copyright date on the back, you can see it as like 2013 or something.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to clearance this off? Yeah, we don't. We just put it. It just lingers. It just stays there.
Yeah, they just listen to what corporate says. It'd be kind of cool, like if it was like if you were at a convention to where you're like, look, man, this has been sitting here. You've had this price on it the entire convention. Here it is Sunday. We're closing. Made you an offer on Thursday. You turned it down. You still haven't got it that price. How about this? The corporate places like Walmart, Toys R Us, they wouldn't even have any control over that. Again, they don't care either. So
yeah, it's sometimes it does suck. I mean, how you'll see something. I mean, it finally, it's like you just want to kind of clap your hands. But again, the employees there don't have any control over it. I mean, like that platinum star screen, like, oh, you finally lowered it to $50 when it used to be what 120 or whatever it was at the time.
Somewhere
but
close.
it only took you 8 months though, or almost a year to finally lower it. But
well, because the thing that sucks about it is because if they're not selling the stuff, like I was talking to one of the managers at Toys R Us. Like I used to have I used to be close to one of the co-managers up there. He quit, and now I'm close to a new co-manager there. It's nice to have a Toys R Us contact, but he was kind of telling me with like some of the Star Wars Blackline stuff. It was like the 2-pack with Han and Greedo. That they were not selling that, because people already had their Greedo, they already had their Han Solo, so they weren't selling that. Well, that's kind of a deluxe little set there, at least that box, and so they didn't get the Biker Scout or Jabba the Hutt. They got it last, and got very few of them because they had like 12 of those Han versus Greedo sets, and to them, all Toys R Us is looking at is, well, these guys aren't selling these deluxe sets of these Blackline figures, They don't look at it as like, well, we sent them this one that everybody already has those figures, They're looking at like, hey, deluxe figures aren't selling there. So that's a problem with some of these stores, and at least Toys R Us from, what the manager told me there. So whenever... let's say your store gets in like way too many Bayformer figures and those just aren't selling very well, and you're hoping that they come out with the new Combiner Wars or Generations figures, they're looking at it as this store's not really selling Transformer Deluxe figures. Well, that's because all you have is just a crap load of TF4 stuff, and no one's buying that in this area or has already bought what they wanted. But if you would have had what people wanted, then it would be selling, and you'd see that it's selling, and you'd get more of that stuff in stock, because it's the supply and demand thing. But they just look at it as, that this isn't selling or this is selling, and that's what they kind of send. Where, like the Ninja Turtles, the basic figures, it just it's basic figure, and they come in a case. It's not like, well, the head pop or the the Battle Shell versions were just flying off the shelf, and it's where they just send you out a case of Battle Shells. They're all assorted in there, all different types of figures in there. So,
move into the cartoon real quick. I've seen the first 4 episodes, maybe 5. Actually, thoroughly watched the new Transformers RID 15, 2015 series, and I want if you guys have seen it, what is your opinion about it? And then on top of that, the toys. I mean, we all collect toys, not the RID, but when we're looking at the Transformers, they're right there. So kind of want to know, like, where are the Decepticons at? I mean, we've been introduced to them in the show, but most of those are one-step changers, if you see for Decepticons, but no, like, Warrior class, deluxe size class yet. So, what are your guys' opinion on that, too? So, cartoon.
I tried to watch it. I watched the episode. It it didn't do anything for me. I saw the episode where they was chasing after some female Decepticon that turned into a bird, and she was always going around talking about shiny, and I'm like, yeah. And then Grimlock tried to disguise himself as a truck by just getting down on his belly and rolling around on wheels that he found. I'm like, click. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm out of here.
They're so
Yeah, but
sophisticated in their episodes,
yeah.
aren't they?
But as far as the toys, as far as there not being any Decepticons, I yeah, I wondered about that too. Because even when I walk in the store and look past, and it's like almost all you see is just the Autobots.
Mhm. It's like they're catering to kids, even though they're not, potentially saying it. I mean, the one step, yes, but like as far as most kids, they just want to play with the good guys, and who wants to be the bad
Yeah.
guy? Who wants to be on that other team? It's in some ways, as far as little kids. But um, Dalton, have you seen the show?
I've seen all that's been put out through, on the Cybercast, or, Josh's Facebook page.
All right, give us a
And
lowdown, man.
I haven't watched a single one yet.
and, first few episodes, they're not the greatest thing, but it does get a little bit better. Still kiddish, but nowhere near as bad as what I thought it would be.
When does
Okay.
it get better? So people at least.
Uh,
What episode?
I mean, it progressively gets better. So it's
Has
hard to say which episode exactly.
has Jazz showed up yet?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
showed up in I think episode 10.
Okay.
Do they ever kind of sort of touch on Transformers Prime? Like, did anybody kind of ever like ask him, where were you, quote unquote, where
No,
were you doing Prime? No. Okay, I figured that.
nothing about that yet. But
Okay.
as
Has
far as the toys,
anybody?
hmm?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just about to ask, has
Oh,
anybody? Hmm. There's
Which one are
a
y'all going to talk?
delay.
Do you want to put it in here in the
I,
comments? Which one are you going to go
yeah,
first?
I'll just put it there in the comments. I'll just put it in the comments.
No.
Sorry, there's a delay on my.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who's gonna win?
You do
Go ahead,
have a
Trent.
couple of comments here. Kenny McKinnon says, personally, I don't see any issue with the sizes of different classes. Scales have been nice. It's clear the RID Warrior class is aimed at being a lower price point, but it doesn't seem like it's sold as one. Then BVZXA3 says, question, has anyone seen the Transformer Adventures RID Ultra Class Optimus Prime, which actually has articulation and a full-size trailer? So Dalton, since you've seen them all, what do you got for us?
As far as Prime turning into a truck in the show, pretty much after the third episode, that's I think the last that we see of him. But as far as mentioning other characters, Trent's no mention of any other characters. from
Okay.
Prime. I mean, other than in the first episode, talking about the Starscream and Megatron.
And yeah, Bumblebee saying that I've taken on Megatron, Dark Energy, all that type of stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm getting beat up by a lobster or whatever that guy was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As
It
far
was-
as the toys,
Oh yeah, go for it. Toys. Give us the toys, man.
as far as the toys, I don't have any of them. But I think what they're trying to do is trying to get all the Autobots out there as soon as possible. Then they'll start bringing in more of the Decepticons.
Well, let's hope.
I mean,
So
because we're
way to
supposed to.
market it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it gives you your core cast of characters. And then,
Okay.
And then some.
because the Deployers figures are supposed to be out. I have no idea when. I haven't even been looking at that, but we're supposed to be getting Fracture with that. Fracture's a pretty cool character from what I've seen so far.
That's cool. It's just it is kind of odd with the whole series. I have 2 of the figures from it, but I'm not going after. I might get Bludgeon, not Bludgeon. Excuse me, Drift. God, that'd be cool if they did Bludgeon, but I'll probably end up getting Drift and
in the Kitty show.
yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be nice. But
Yeah.
I did like the first episode as far as kind of Prime showing up in like a vision for Bumblebee and all that, and then to finally show up at the very end of the episode. Was it second episode that he showed up and kind of
Mhm.
grabbed the arm of Overbite and to save Denny, and everyone's just like jaws dropped, like, "Oh my God, you're alive!" But then saying something stupid. I don't know what the universe has in store for me, and my time on Earth is shortening, and then he disappears and all that type of stuff.
What the heck?
I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
And one thing, it's in every episode. Bumblebee's trying to come up with a call or like a battle cry type thing, like Prime's transform rollout. And each one is just a flop.
yeah.
Every episode.
He says, "I'll work on that." Do we like Will Friedle as Bumblebee? Still
Pretty good as Bumblebee.
casted, carrying over from, obviously the Prime series. So, okay, that's the end of that. I mean, for what it's worth, if you are a fan of the show, I mean, it's decent. It's nowhere near where I thought it should be when we first started looking at it on the Cybercast, being the continuation of Prime and furthering the story of Bumblebee's being the leader and all this. It's kind of it at times kind of goes from Prime to like back to like rescue bots, and then sometimes it might have a better story, but then goes back to rescue bots type of theme and all that.
Mhm.
So, oh well. All right, next topic, and then we'll get into some other non-Transformer stuff. And this is going to be kind of a difficult maybe topic or not, just because you can argue either way. I don't know.
No, you hear it. I'm saying you can hear it in
Yeah.
the background.
Toys or cartoon, which has had the bigger impact in the Transformers community? I mean, you look at it, the toys came out first, I mean, part of the Diaclone series, but there was no really concrete fiction until Hasbro took it and created Transformers. But just overall, what do you think has had a bigger impact? The
Wow.
cartoon, or the cartoons, let's say, all of them, or the toys? I know it's a symbiotic
I'm gonna say
relationship, but
at this point, I would say the toys. Obviously, building up in the beginning, I would go with the cartoon, because us kids we needed some type of fiction with that. But today, I mean, like, third-party companies are coming out with figures, and like some of them have comics, some of them don't. They don't, no story to it. It's just like, hey, this is supposed to be your not, whatever,
Mhm.
character it is, and there's obviously no cartoon to that, or some of them don't have comics, but people still buy them. So as far as the collecting or Transformer community, people are getting more into collecting the toys than like, hey, I'll buy it, but it depends on what his type of character he has and whatever comic or cartoon or whatever. So
Yeah, I'd say it really varies a lot, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely goes towards the toys.
I can see that. Trent, how about you?
That's a good question. I think it's probably both by equal.
I mean, it's like one of those, what came first, the chicken or the egg, in a way,
Yeah.
because they go together really well. I mean, you look at Prime. Prime actually came out. We didn't get any toys, so it had a little bit more of an impact. But it builds on that impact of wanting those toys.
Toys. Yeah.
But sometimes like RID, we got the toys, then the series, or even movie, the movieverse if you want. So I was just kind of curious on which has had the bigger impact. I mean, the Transformers, collecting world. I mean, it's huge. We got the third party. We got the old school G1s that command, some hefty prices at times, and it's kind of one of those curiosity questions. I mean, without the G1 cartoon, would we have some of these identifiable third party figures that don't have the fiction behind it, but you can identify like, oh, that's supposed to be Six Shot from like Mastermind Creations, obviously. And since I've watched
I
those,
think so.
I love that. But all right, I was just throwing that out there.
I think so.
Cool. All right, let's move into. Want to go into movies, cartoons?
Let me get a drink.
You guys want to go into drinking?
Still got another year and a half before that.
What's your favorite drink, man? Come on, adult. We know you like to drink.
Can't even drink.
All right. All right, fine. Have you guys
I
watched?
will-
Yes.
If you don't mind me, I'll show you guys this. I've already showed you this, Jane, but for Trent's, this digibash of the Perfect Effect Leonidas. Is that good with you?
Yeah, let's go. Go for it.
Cool.
Where is it? Hang on a second here. Something I'd buy instantly is this right here. The Perfect Effect Leonidas as Lionel.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I came from that is cool.
Wait, you're showing that thing off? Did
Yeah.
you talk about the ones that Jamie and I had ideas for?
Not yet, I just pulled this up.
I think
Yeah,
any
it looks really
Thundercat fan would want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie and I thought that we should get a Lion King, Mufasa, and we should get Scar, and then you have a Warhog already for Puma. Who did you say for Puma and who for Timon?
Razor Beast for Pumbaa, and then Beast Wars Second's Tasmanian Candy, even though it's not a meerkat.
You don't
And
want
then
Randy?
Looks
For
like one.
for Mufasa, you do Optimus Primal, but you paint his butt red.
Are you talking about Rafiki?
Or Rafiki. Yeah, not Mufasa, Rafiki, yeah.
Ouch.
And then for Simba, you could just use a Cheetor, just no spots.
Yeah. Beef him up a little bit to make him a lion.
You use
No, I'm
Tigatron.
talking about the original Cheetor, not the classics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the type of stuff we talk about prior to going on to the show.
Yep.
It's like turning Transformers into like Disney characters and stuff.
We're trying to think of a Disney cartoon assault team. Their version of the Wreckers.
Oh, who was the Beast Machine's character that turned into the Cobra?
Oh,
So you could use that as Jafar.
yeah.
Arachnid is Maleficent. Dead giveaway.
Yeah. All right. Let's move into movies. Have you guys seen the trailers? How about Batman and Superman?
Yep.
I've seen a very poorly shot version of it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they released a high definition version now.
Well, then I'll have
Warner
to check
Bros
it
was
out.
like, yeah. Warner Bros was like, damn.
They got tired of
I just
deleting
went
them.
up. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember that there were like, whenever I put mine up, there were already 3 prior to it, and they had all gotten deleted, and I was like, well, here's one I found, let me see, and it's still working, so.
So what are you guys'
Yeah, it's
opinion
like playing whack-a-mole.
on?
I'm gonna
Power
have
of
to
the
watch
internet
that.
won again.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to check out the HD version of it because ever since it's been, I guess people have been talking about it, I've been seeing all over Twitter, do you bleed? Just pictures of their figures together.
And I should be like, do you fry in that suit if I were to heat it up? all the way out here in space.
True. I mean, that is one thing that's at times just seems impossible for Batman to do. I mean, he has the kryptonite. He's extremely smart, but I mean, if you're just looking toe to toe, and a Superman wasn't the Boy Scout. There's
Yeah, that's the thing.
there's no one that can face him. I mean, from long
But
distance, he could just kind of snipe him with his heat beam right into his head, lobotomize him, bam, done. Not even in range of the kryptonite. It's just
He could fly around him, create like a like a vortex, and suck out, making a vacuum and asphyxiating him to death.
he could just destroy the Earth, if he wanted to. I mean, it's just, it's that type of thing if you really kind of boil it down to. But I do like this. I mean, it's like
Batman's better, James.
I know I'm not disagreeing. I like Batman. I like the
He
fact
has
that
a way to kill
like Batman
everybody
too,
in the
yeah.
Justice League.
he's one of the best hero villains, out there in a way, because he's got the contingency plan on the whole Justice League. He has like not
Well,
just
you
one
wanna explain
weakness, but
that?
a whole
'Cause
bunch of
people, but people might not know that before Batman joined the Justice League, he had, like he said, a contingency plan on. He has a way to kill
Yeah.
every single person in the Justice League before he decided to come on. So Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, everybody, Aquaman, they're all dying.
So
That's if
I
you
mean,
can get the jump on some of them.
they did a great animated short. What was it? The Justice. What was that thing called? It just came out. It came out like last year, a couple years ago. The Doom.
Oh, wasn't that Ultimate Doom?
Justice League Doom,
Yeah,
yeah.
Justice League Doom, where, oh god, what's the hell's the guy's name? Took his idea,
Master.
and then made it come true, essentially.
Yeah, I think Mirror Master hid in like the rear view mirror or some mirror on the Batmobile, snuck into the Batcave and stole his contingency plans.
Yeah, it was all done by Vandal Savage.
Yep,
Mastermind.
Vandal Savage.
So, yeah, it's great. I mean, but it's just hilarious that you have like these really great villains like Lex Luthor, and even even as maniacal as like the Joker, or as badass as Darkseid, but yet it's Batman who's the one that, if like, do you really want to get rid of the Justice League? I can do it for you. And all this, the one that has no superpowers is pretty much one of the most should be one of the most feared. But
Now, they're all yes, that is true, but that is true, and pretty much all of them are dangerous, because there was a story where I think it was some magical being that was coming, and Wonder Woman didn't want the Justice League to get killed, so she had to find a way to try to like keep them busy, or like get them out of the picture so she could go fight it and not risk them getting killed. And I think it's the story where it was like you're gonna laugh, but it was a dragon. It was a dragon that was coming. Yeah, it literally has a dragon on the cover, and I think Wonder Woman's on there. But anyway, when it was her turn to take out Batman, Batman was trying to like get inside her head and stuff, but for the first time, it actually didn't work, and she was actually able to get the jump on him.
oh, weird. I remember the issue, and then they even had it in the actual Justice League Unlimited, where Batman and Wonder Woman had a little thing going on.
Yeah.
For a little bit. And all that. Especially the episode where Batman had to find Cersei to change Wonder Woman back from being a pig.
Back from the pig,
And
yeah.
she had to sing in front of her and all that kind of stuff.
Cartoon, one of the best cartoons ever.
So that was a pretty good one. Or when they turn into kids taking on Organa and her son. But
And the cartoon was just so cool because they introduced other characters that most people probably never would have heard of.
yeah.
My
Animal
favorite
Man.
part in the Superman cartoons is whenever Bruce Wayne would visit, like he'd be always like chatting up Lois Lane, and I think that they were even gonna like get married at one point, and Clark Kent was just getting all pissed and stuff like that.
She wanted Bruce Wayne, but she also wanted Superman. Nothing to do with Clark
Superman.
Kent or Batman, though. Which is great.
Exactly, yep.
So she wanted the Boy Scout, but with the money. Which is like, okay,
Exactly.
Lois, your true intentions come out. Anything else about that? Are we excited for the Batman, Superman? There's a lot of good movies coming out next year.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Avatar 2. We haven't seen a trailer for that yet.
no. It's about time, though, that they finally announced it. Kind of knew about it after the first one. in a way.
What? Announce
Avatar
what?
2.
Avatar 2. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
James
guys
Cameron's
excited?
probably gonna take his time out.
Yeah, he will. He'll probably go back and make it even 10 times better.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, I don't think my HD TV can sustain what you need to put into it once it comes out on Blu-ray or whatever.
Comes out on Blu-ray, you put it into your TV, and your TV just explodes.
It's like, I can't. Just can't do it. Can't compute all this.
Speaking of Blu-rays, Hastings, I think tomorrow's the last day. Blu-rays on previously viewed, buy two get one, the third one for $1. So like a lot of their stuff like it was like $10 for like their Blu-ray because it was like previously viewed, and it's all like guaranteed stuff as well. I think for like 30 days. So like if you play it and like it skips or scratches or something like that, you can take it back and you can get a new one. But yeah, I think it was like $25 walked out of there with like 3 brand new Blu-rays.
Awesome. That's a good deal.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last day. I think if you don't have Blu-ray, DVD is buy one get the second one for $1. So
Our viewers just went down.
trying to let you guys know about a sale. Sorry.
So
But
Do you
we're
have
down
some
to
comments?
one viewer now.
really cannot wait for Deadpool. I've been
Yeah.
seeing the filming photos all over Twitter.
We got a comment.
Let's see. Canon 2 says the old adults play Transformer toys. WTH. I'm not sure what that means, but Super Z-Man 85 says, question, is there a Transformers, Hasbro, or third party that is generally considered rare, but you don't really see why, maybe due to the quality of the figure itself, or the amount of them you'll see online or at a store? So it could either be, regular Transformer or a third party, but it's considered rare, but I guess you don't know why it would be.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'd have to really think on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just go off eBay, like people are just calling like everything rare, like Generations Windblade on there. They're like, oh, this is like super rare. It's like, dude, you can like 5 of those at Walmart, just across the street. So there's people on eBay, they put everything as rare.
Yeah. I hate that, especially if they'll say this is really rare or hard to find, and it's a 2-year-old toy that you're not going to find it in retail because they've moved on. It's like, come on. It's like saying the 2013 Camaro is rare. Well, yeah, because they're on to the 2015. It's not on the lot.
Yeah.
Break.
It's vintage.
So,
They changed the body style up a little bit.
100% complete, yet it's missing a hubcap.
You know what? I think you might be able to put like even G1 Shockwave in there, just because like whenever I first started, collecting the G1 figures, I always kind of looked at Shockwave as like, one of the expensive Transformers. I wasn't really getting into the Japanese stuff at that time, so with just the basic like kind of season 1 through 3 stuff or 4. Shockwave was one of the more expensive ones, and plus he has some expensive parts. But I've seen quite a few of them that you can get for a pretty decent price. I mean, you're still probably going to pay at least $100, but I've seen some people able to pick up some decent finds, like pick it up for like $20, but it's missing like the gray cap, at the end, which you can pick up for like $20, $25. Now you've kind of put one together for $50. The battery cover is the thing that's the hardest to find and the most expensive. I think that thing's like $30. I was missing one of those and I had to pay like $35 for the battery cover.
yeah, you got to watch out for that. It's been KO'd also.
Yep, it has too. So if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's rare, man, as far as Hasbro's concerned.
If that tubing is just perfect, like we know some people they take really good care of their stuff, but you're talking about 30 years now. If that tube is just like perfect, looks like it just came out of factory, that's a KO.
Yeah.
No one's taking that good care of it. So
Or they refurbished it somehow.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't want it replacement parts. It needs to be all
Yeah.
original, even if it's crap. I want,
I want that crap. I want that frayed wiring. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like third party that's rare. It's hard to.
Or people think that's rare, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
According to people on eBay, QuakeWave is rare.
Well,
Going up to $1,000 plus.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing about QuakeWave is it's everyone that really wanted one at the time had an opportunity to buy one. Like I bought one on the second wave. I think it came. I know it had at least 2 waves. It might have been 3, but then they also came out with the Galactic Astro Magnum Gray version as well. So there's been at least 3 or 4 different versions or releases of it. So if you wanted it, you've had a few opportunities. The ones that people are trying to sell now, yeah, there's some people out there that still want it. Maybe they just kind of got into collecting, but the people that have them up on eBay now, I don't think even originally wanted it. They were just trying to scalp it, you know. And like one person put it up there, is like, hey, you know, I want $500 for it, and the rest of them were like, well, we're just gonna follow suit with that, you know. And sometimes people on eBay, they create their own like, hey, this is the market for this. When you know, it's the same thing with the BotCon toys. Whenever you know the first person they put them up, they get their set, they take a picture, they put it on eBay, and they're like, I want $120 for this figure. That doesn't mean that it's worth $120. That's just what the first person put it up. So the next person that puts theirs up, they're like, the only other one is 120. I'm going to put it at 120 as well. And that's kind of just carries suit, just like so, until people start putting it up there for bidding. But that doesn't happen very often because they're looking to make quick money real quick so they can buy more stuff because they're buying the extra sets to sell them so they can have extra money to spend at BotCon. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't really see anything that's too rare. Maybe an exclusive, as far as like third party. Back in the day, maybe when they started doing kind of limited runs, like the I don't know, they re-released it, but like yeah, Exhaust. Well, yeah, but that's just complicated for us. But I mean, like Eva Prime or Bathing Ape, those would be very difficult. But that's Takara. I'm trying to think of something like in retail that's. I mean, this isn't true, I guess. I mean, because I know I got these from you, Josh. But like RC and Chromia, to this day, I've still never seen them anywhere here. I don't think I ever got that wave. Maybe the reveal of the. What?
I forgot I sent those to you.
Yeah, the reveal the shield wind charger. I never saw that figure. I would consider that rare, even though you can find it, you know, on eBay and all that. But as far as like mainstream retail, I never saw that figure.
Maybe like Masterpiece Soundwave, or you could even say, you know, Hasbro version. You could even say like way back before they made like 10 reissues of it, MP10 Hasbro version. You know, because like I got mine for 100. They went up to like 125 after they saw that, you know, it was popular. Everybody wanted it, and then whenever you started seeing it on eBay, people were selling them for 200.
Yeah.
And which has caused, whenever they come out with reissues, for them to be like, oh, you know, it's Hasbro version, it's gonna be like 170. You know, so because people were paying the 200, so people like Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source, they're like, you know, we'll come out with this reissue, and you know, we'll make it 170. I was like, remember when this was only like $100, and you know you were making money off it then. You know, we're just getting greedy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other comments?
No, I'm not.
No. All right. All right. Anything else? Been going for a little over an hour. You guys want to talk about? I don't
Did you
know.
watch Daredevil? Did you finish it?
I haven't watched it actually. I don't have Netflix. I haven't done the Netflix thing.
I might. I'll send you the illegal website that I have. I think they have all the episodes up.
All right, sweet.
I'll have to check that out.
I would like to see it. I mean, it sounds really good, not just because I like Daredevil, but just the story line and how they are presenting it. Pretty awesome. And I like it when they take, I don't consider Daredevil a main character in the Marvel Universe. He's like one of those B characters, but I think he's a really good character. But I like what they did with him and how they're kind of rejuvenating him and making him kind of viable and cool again and all that.
Yeah.
And let's see, anything else? I don't know. Don't have anything else.
Have you seen the Star Wars Battlefront trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the PS4 probably. Yeah, like either tomorrow or next week. I'm gonna get that Batman, new Batman game. I'm gonna get that Star Wars game. It's gonna come with The Last of Us, which I've played on PS3 already. But I did find out.
As long as there's a stage. Oh, sorry.
As long as what?
As long as there's a stage where you can get the strap into an X-wing, I'm good.
I'm sure they're gonna have all types of stuff that you can do. I've got Battlefront 2 on my PC. Need to play that. But yeah, man, you guys need to go PS4 so we can play some Battlefront.
Yeah.
Battlefront, GTA 5.
That was like one of my favorite games back then. Was Battlefront and Battlefront 2 on PS2.
Yeah, I used to have Battlefront 2.
I think you can get that on Steam for like $4 or $5. Battlefront 2 on PC.
I remember my friend talking about he was engaged in the campaign on that, and he noticed another player, either he did it or somebody else did it, but he had like about 6 Death Stars. Is that the game where you can like actually build your own Death Star?
No.
You know, where you command your armies and stuff like that? Or it's not the one where you can like command your armies to a strategic location. It's not the strategy one, right?
No, that was Rebellion.
Oh, okay.
This is
Okay,
kind
that's
of
where one of them.
like a domination type game type where there's like flag points to capture. And like let's say you get 200 troops, okay? So you're gonna have like it's you playing yourself, and then like all these, AIs, and you're going against battle against all these other AIs or someone else that has a control of their own troop, and then but when you die, you take the spot of one of your AI guys, and you can eventually like kill them down. So if you're awesome, you could just be there and taking out all their AIs and stuff like that, and that's making their number go down. And once you go down to a certain amount, then you lose. The other person wins, or whenever you capture all the points, you win.
Okay.
So there's actually a couple of different ways to win.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about the strategy one.
Yeah, there was also that Clone Wars that was a strategy too. It was mostly in vehicles.
Actually, I have Knights of the Old Republic on my computer for over a year now. I've yet to play it, so not really big into computer games. I think it was free actually. So.
Oh yeah.
I have that on the Xbox. And God, what Dark Forces 2 or whatever that game is. And Star Wars Unleashed. But let's see here. No new Turtles, right? That's not happening until towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's disappointing.
Hmm.
Anyone gonna pick up that Krang, third-party Krang, 150 bones?
I don't think for $150. I'll
No.
wait for Ninja Turtles 2 movie to come out to kind of like get some hype behind it again. Not that the cartoon needs it, but just behind the brand again, and maybe they'll be like, all right, so we'll revisit this classic line again. Dude, it's pouring down rain here, and it says there's 9% chance of rain today. Or like for like the next 24 hours, it's like at like 9% chance that you're gonna have rain. It's like a bad thunderstorm.
Like, oh yeah, 9% chance of rain. Like, you think?
Dude, we had the worst weather person or whatever to this area. The one time they said like there's like 2% chance of rain, and it was just coming down for like 4 hours.
Nice. So they've never stepped outside. Ever.
Yeah.
Or even lived in that area. All right, so I guess unless we have some more comments or something, I really don't have anything else. I had those topics. I'm going to save a couple of the other ones for next week. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anything, or we could sit here in silence for a little bit.
Nope, that's pretty much it. So.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to all the live viewers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and we'll do this again next week, same time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll start it off. And you guys want to outro yourselves? Dalton?
I'm Dalton. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at DaltoniansTFs. Cartoon Mondays will be on Monday, as the title says. It'll be over Darkwing Duck, so look forward to that.
Cool.
I'm going to record it tomorrow night.
Right on. And Josh?
You can find me G1Xtron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook page is the G1Xtron.
Trents?
My name is Trents5. You can find me at Trents5 on Facebook and Twitter.
Cool. And I am Victory Saber 77. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube. And we do have some other shows. I'm going to do the plugs now. So we have the Cybercast that airs every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on G1Xtron's channel. The episode that we did today is in video form, so go check that out. And we do have the eBay show, which airs once a month on Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on G1Xtron's channel. We'll let you guys know when we're going to be doing the next episode, which might be this week or the next week. I'm not sure yet. And be sure to check out G1Xtron's Facebook, the G1Xtron Facebook, because he's got a lot of trailers over there with the new Avengers, Star Wars, Terminator, all that. Really cool. And we're also still looking for a female co-host for the Cybercast. Just email Josh at g1hexatron@gmail.com, and we can set up an interview with you just to get to know you. And, I mean, we want a new take. We want, just a different vibe, I guess. But we also want you to be knowledgeable in what we're talking about. You don't have to be like, we're not saying geeky, nerdy, but you need to know a little bit about Transformers and comics and pop culture and stuff like that. So, and we're still doing the collection spotlight, Cybercast, on the Cybercast. If you guys want your collection spotlighted, just email Josh again at g1hexatron@gmail.com. Keep your pictures 10 to 20. And we will spotlight you on the show. We do have 2 already lined up, so yeah, don't be surprised if you don't see your collection for another couple of weeks. So, and that is it. So thanks again for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it, and we will see you next week.